This is Tina Alexander,
and Brooklyn Evans.
and this is our Family Diversity Group Project assignment for ECDE 2012, and we did our project on homeless families. Here's listed the demographics of homeless families. Basically, while circumstances can vary, the main reason people experience homelessness is because they cannot find housing that they can actually afford. It is the scarcity of affordable housing in the United States, particularly in more urban areas where homelessness is more prevalent, that is behind their inability to acquire or maintain housing. This is all according to the National Alliance to End Homelessness. It shows that as of 2015, over 564,000 people were actually considered homeless in America, and they show that families make up 36.5% of that total. Like we stated before, that is due to just not being able to afford housing due to things like poor physical or mental health, low socioeconomic status, which that could be single parent families, food insecurity, low social networks and support. So domestic violence could have someone need to leave their current living situation, or how a child is treated. And the other thing that I found is that homelessness is actually considered not having your actual residence, and not necessarily what I thought of as chronically homeless, which are people who actually do not physically have a place to stay and are sleeping on the street. That's what's defined as chronically homeless, and 15% of the total people who are considered homeless are chronically homeless, and 2% of that are families. Um, Another part of chronic homelessness is that uh, they're considered long term, so they're without a permanent residence for a year or longer, or have repeated this 3 times in one 12-month period, or also coupled with a disability, so they don't have a place to stay and they're physically or mentally disabled. Customs and holidays for families that are considered homeless vary according to the beliefs of the families or the centers that they are actually residing. So, if you're in the United States, the majority of the homeless families observe traditional United States customs and holidays. They sometimes can benefit from companies that sponsor families during holidays. Some people take out time and volunteer to feed homeless families during holidays such as Thanksgiving and Christmas. Strengths that a homeless family could bring to an early childhood center. I found that for the families themselves, they can provide their child with consistent attendance. I found that it's very important for families that are homeless to have something that's consistent. So there are a lot of federally funded child care agencies such as Head Start that provide low cost or no cost child care services, and they provide healthy meals. Um, so this is something that would be very important to a family that doesn't have stable housing. It also, for the center itself, can bring an awareness of homelessness that exists in their community, so they can work to provide an effective program that supports their families in their center. Possible barriers for families and children that are homeless is that things that teachers can watch out for in their children is that they tend to be withdrawn. They may not readily play or be connected to their peers in their classroom. These are signs that teachers can watch out for. And then with the parents themselves, they may not want to share the information that they are struggling due to embarrassment. So what teachers can do is just start by building the trust that's needed to allow that family to open up with that teacher, to then the teacher can, and the center can provide help to that family. Certain myths and stereotypes is that homelessness is long term. Um, Typically, families stay in shelters up to 30 days, no longer than 90. Usually, in shelters, there are programs that families sign up for that will then give them housing and give them support that they need so that they're back on their feet. Another myth is that most homeless people have a mental illness. And what I found is that only 15, well, not only, but 15% of the total homeless population has a mental illness. And the majority, well, not quite the majority, but most homeless families actually have a job, because another myth is that they're either unemployed or uneducated, and that's just not the case. Again, as we were saying earlier, it's just due to people not having what's needed to support the what's financially needed to live in their house or have a home. Some community resources would be the YWCA. There's information that you can find where they're located. They provide direct family assistance, which the families can receive healthy meals, warm beds, basic need items, and transportation assistance. They also get a family advocate who assists with housing, job counseling, and services for children. And then there's the Ohio Benefit Bank site, where families can register for government benefits such as food stamps, Social Security benefits, Medicaid, Medicare, and also child care. There's also Hands On Central Ohio that take that extra step to provide them with emergency food and shelter programs for homelessness. There's also a phone number that families call to be connected to any shelters that are available. They also provide tax preparation assistance.
All right. One of the homelessness internet resources that homeless families can use is the National Care for the Homeless Council. They have a network of more than 10,000 doctors, nurses, social workers, patients, and advocates who share a mission to eliminate homelessness. They are also the leading organization to call for comprehensive health care and secure housing for over 50 states. Another one is the United States Integrity, I think I said the right name, Council on Homelessness. They coordinate and categorize the federal response to homelessness, working in close partnership with cabinet secretaries and other senior leaders across 19 federal member agencies. Their goal is to end all homelessness. You can search their website to find homeless assistance, resources, and other resources that is in your community. All right, I found quite a few children's books that are related to homelessness. Shoebox Sam was one of them. December, which is a Christmas book, so it's actually been out on the shelves in libraries. Lily and the Paper Man, that was an interesting book. That was actually one of the ones I liked the best out of all of them, because it was about a little girl who was scared of a homeless man because of the way he looked and how he dressed. And one day she seen him, she asked her mother about why he had holes in his shoes and his clothes, and she went and she told her because that he didn't have anything. So she ended up going to her father's closet and getting a box together to give that homeless man. So that was very touching. Other books, additional books about homelessness was The Lunch Thief, Fly Away Home, A Shelter in Our Care, and The Can Man. Communication strategies that you can use in your classroom or in a center is face-to-face communication during pickup and drop-off, do newsletters, parent bulletin boards, which would be good to be updated from time to time because it's hard to reach parents by phone or email because lots of time homeless families don't have technology to be contacted by. Also, a family mailbox would be helpful to put in notes or letters, and having a notebook for the children to take home with every night so you can communicate with families that way as well. Ways to welcome and incorporate homeless families into an early learning setting. Build a trusting and supportive relationship. Be proactive about sharing information. Create a welcome area. Be flexible with their schedule. Have a area in the classroom where children can have uninterrupted quiet time and sleep. Provide snacks and meals. Help children who have internalized shame about being homeless. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned some new information about homeless families.